Hello, Shredmonton. Sorry I couldn't make it to the conference this year. I had a few financial bills come up and yada yada yada, but I'll be there the next time. Anyways, today there was a bunch of questions or whatever to the festival promoters, and we had John Asher represent us at that. And I figure I'd take a little bit of time to answer the questions myself, put them online in case anybody was interested. I'll try to keep everything as brief as I possibly can, and not try to waste any of your time. Anyways, so first question: why do we create the festival, and why is ours different? So we created Armstrong Metalfest in 2009 after I had went to VOC in 2008, and I went there with Jeff Black and my buddy Jordan, and we checked out VOC and we went to Bloodstock, and I ended up asking Jeff somewhere along the line. I was like, why don't we have this in Canada? And he was like, I don't know. So when we came back, Brett and Melanson had just gone to this is a couple months later, about 9 months later or so. Brett and Melanson went to a festival called Metalocalypse, and at Metalocalypse he had a good time. He came back and he was like, man, all they did was just have some land, put a stage up, run a couple of generators, and they had a festival. And we were like, yeah. So him and I talked, and then we started Armstrong, and been keeping her going ever since. Why is ours different? Ours isn't really different. Like it's just a camping festival, 2 days. I guess our stage is different. Our stage has got we split it down the middle for the majority of the day, so that one band sets up and the other band plays, and that just makes it so much easier for for setup and tear down, and it cuts the time down in between bands quite a bit, so that you can get constant stream of music. So why is ours different? I don't know. 36 bands over 2 days. We have 3 days camping. Yeah, I don't know. How do you start your own festival? Get a plot of land, put up a stage, even a 20-foot flat deck trailer. That's what Brett and I used the first year, and run power out to it, and invite a whole bunch of people to play. There's more than enough bands that'd be willing to play it. There's a lot of legal stuff. There's lots of background stuff that you end up doing it, but if you're gonna do it, I'd start small and then kind of work your way up there. No sense doing something really big and then have it potentially not work, because then that could put you in a financial situation that's not desirable. Biggest challenges. So biggest challenges that we face are trying to predict the unknown. So when I say predict the unknown, it's when you get a group of people in a area for a period of time, anything can happen. Anything can happen. So predicting the unknown is a challenge that we often face. What could potentially go wrong here? What could potentially go wrong here? In doing that, we keep ourselves pretty busy trying to safeguard ourselves in certain areas. Specific things we look for when selecting our bill. So what we do is we go right down to populations and sizes of metal scenes. Like Vancouver has X number of people, and it's quite a bit larger than say Red Deer and area. So we're going to select quite a few more bands from Vancouver than we would Red Deer. But Red Deer still has a very strong scene, so we still have to take that into account. Same thing with Calgary, Edmonton, Prince George, all the different areas, Also, we also take into consideration genre, to keep our set, our bill diverse, or as diverse as we possibly can get it to be. Other things that we look for is, if somebody comes to the festival every single year and they have a band, and then well, not audition, but like put in a band submission. We look at that. We go, they've been there every year. They've always supported. We can just, I don't know, let's give them a shot. Why not? So, at the end of the day, all we do is we try to make it as diverse and adequately represented across the board. We just try our best to make the best bill possible. Most rewarding thing about being a festival person. The most rewarding thing is seeing everybody's smiles and seeing that they're enjoying themselves during the event. That is the most rewarding thing, is just knowing that all your planning provided a place and a time for people to have like a wicked time. That's it. That's the most rewarding thing for me. What is the WCMFA? The WCMFA was started in October 2014. It was started a little bit before then, but more or less that was our first meeting that we had in Calgary. Tyson Travnik was the one to kind of get the ball rolling on that. He he said, we should all meet and talk about what we do. Now, the thing is none of us have gone to school for putting on festivals or anything like that. We've just kind of all run events and just kind of learned by doing. And in learning by doing, you learn a lot and you retain all the stuff that you learn. So by getting together with the WCMFA, Western Canadian Metal Festival Alliance, we can learn from each other's mistakes, and we can learn from each other, doing well. So, like, if something worked at Loud as Hell, and we've tried it and it failed, maybe they did it differently than we did, and vice versa. Or, if Farmageddon did something, we can learn from each other as best as we can. And, like, the WCMFA is definitely my favorite thing that's happened. Is one of my favorite things that's happened since putting on Armstrong, and I love it. I'm so happy about it. Jeff, Tyson, Ryan, Nate, Brad, like all those guys are great people, and I'm very happy. Nancy, like all those people are amazing people, and it's just, it's great. It's great. Improvements and stuff that we do well. Well, when it comes to our festival, stuff that we can improve on are not having side acts happening simultaneously with bands. We've remedied that for 2016, and we won't have thrash wrestling going on while another band is on at the same time. So we're staggering the events so that it won't. If you want to see thrash wrestling and a band, we're gonna make sure that you are able to. Things that we do well is, we run the bands on time, so that if you look at like the thing that says a band is playing at 1:05. You can rest assured that if you show up at 1:05 or before, you will not miss a minute of their set. We don't often run behind schedule when it comes to us. When it gets a little bit later in the night, it's a little bit more wishy-washy because there's just so much more moving around when you have the full stage rather than the two splits. But yeah, and I'll finish it off with my band wish list. My band wish lists, I'd love for Armstrong to see, one of the big four one day. Unfortunately, they're probably worth our current budget. Just to even talk to them. I've never really looked into it too closely, but just one day we'll probably have one of the big four in Armstrong, and that would make me super happy. Another couple ones, I'd love to have Carcass or At the Gates at Armstrong one year, because for me that would bring it full circle. Like I went in 2008 before Armstrong started to Vaughan to see Carcass and At the Gates, and then if they played at Armstrong, that would be amazing. Anyways, I've taken up 10 minutes and 30 seconds of your time, so I'm gonna sign out here. So yeah, I'm gonna be at Loud as Hell. I'm going to be at Metallion, Calgary Metalfest. Sacrifice is playing at Calgary Metalfest. Right? Anyways, I love Sacrifice. And Armstrong Metal Festival. I will be there. Probably up in the office, but I'm going to take a little bit more time off this year to come out and say hello to everyone. So, yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching. And if you're at Shredmonton, let me know how it's going. I really wish I was there. All right, take care.